Okay, hi. Welcome to the Good Business, Bad Business section. This is my first video and I want to explain to you very quickly what good business and bad business section's all about. Because the videos in this area are going to be slightly different to what you'll find in the interview section and in the coaching videos. And the point of this is that every time I personally receive either good business practice or bad business practice, I'm going to let you know what I've received and how you can implement it within your business to make sure that you get the good stuff right all the time and you start to weed out the bad business. So, this first video is called Getting the Basics Right. But before we start talking about that, what about this fabulous place I'm in right now? This is Wakefield in Quebec. You know what I mean? It almost looks like you could run across this water. It's barely even moving. You got this fabulous old rickety bridge behind. It's like something out of a movie. It's awesome. But anyway, let's get the basics right in our business. So last night I was out with some friends in a restaurant. Now when I go to a restaurant, as when you go to a restaurant, what do we expect? Good service? Clean and tidy? And at worst, the food's got to be fairly decent. Would you agree with that? So I'll say yes. Yes, thank you. Right, so last night I ordered my food, and needless to say, it was crap. Absolutely crap. And the service was it was all right. The guy was trying his best. Quite honestly, he was probably undertrained a little bit. And is that his fault? No. It's never his fault. It's always going to be the owner's fault. Unless maybe he was the owner and then he needs a smack around the head. But let's just say for the sakes of it right now that he wasn't the owner. When my food turned up, it was shocking. It was pretty gross. But the thing is this: if you own a restaurant, you've got to make sure that at worst your food is right. You know, why would you open up a restaurant and serve substandard food? I mean, let's be honest about it. How long are you really going to be in business? A few months? A year? Maybe 2 years? Did you open a restaurant to go into business for 1 or 2 years? Or did you open a restaurant so you could live out your passion and serve the people around you with a quality of food that you would expect to receive when you go to a restaurant? Well, the thing is that sometimes it gets even more than that, because when I was sitting there and the waiter came over and I said, look, you know, for me that food wasn't quite right. I found it to be very bland, very dry, and really trying to be nice because it was gross. He took the food away, he did what he did, and he removed it from the bill, and he gave us a bunch of free stuff, and of which I'm not necessarily in agreement with doing that type of thing. You know, my previous video that I discussed, the ow into a wow, you could always turn a bad situation into a wow situation. You can if you're consciously aware of it. If you're not consciously aware of it, it's never going to happen. So the thing is that it has a knock-on effect. I'll never go back to that restaurant, and the friends that I were with, they're probably not going to go back to that restaurant as well. Am I going to tell people about how crap that food was? Yeah, probably, because I wouldn't want anybody that I know to go there, spend money, and get crappy food. But 2 tables down from me, there were some people that had just sat down, just opened the menu, and they overheard my conversation with the waiter. And they were kind of like, you know, what's kind of going on? And I was like, well, you know, for me, I just found that food to not just be right. And then my other friends sitting next to me, they were like, well, yeah, my food wasn't brilliant either. And What happened? They shut the menu, they got up, grabbed the jackets, and they were out. Are they coming back? No. If you own a restaurant or you are in that industry, if your food is crap, you're gonna get a smack around the head from me, because you have a restaurant. If you have a restaurant, serve good food. Period. End of story. It's non-negotiable, because if you don't, you're not going to be in business for the longevity of the business. You know, if you're just opening up a restaurant really to just make money, forget it, because people aren't stupid, they'll see through it. So make sure that if you do have a restaurant, you give the best. Make sure that if you're not the chef and you employ the chef, that the food's right. How can you tell if the food's right? Order some food. Order the menu. What does he cook well? What doesn't he cook well? If he doesn't cook any of it well, what are we going to do? Well, we're not going to shut the restaurant. We're going to kick him out. None of this stuff is difficult. It is basic business practice. Good food, good service, clean restaurant. I'm going to leave it right there. It's down to you now to look within your business. If you are within the catering restaurant industry, how good is your food? When was the last time you tried your own food? When was the last time you allowed your staff to try the food? And I don't just mean one dish, the entire menu. Shouldn't your staff be knowledgeable in the food that you serve? And shouldn't the food that you serve be perfect? Every time. Not just one time, not just 2 times, not just sporadic. Every single time. That is when you will get customers that will come back to you time and time again. They want good food. They want a good environment. They want good service. And I'll tell you what, if you're paying money for it, you bloody well deserve to get it too. Otherwise, that business deserves to not be in business. I'm really passionate about what I do, and I'm really passionate about when I see bad business and good business. Bad business needs a damn good smack across the head. But listening to these videos and consciously implementing the stuff that I'm telling you right now, I promise you, I guarantee you, will turn your business around so you can have a profitable business and again, live the life that you truly deserve to live and not just do enough to just get by. Everybody does enough to scrape by. Why? Be passionate, love what you do, and be the best at what you do. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video.